Welcome to Rotting Heights, scenario number 44 in our quest to play everything from OpenRCT2. Today's goal is to resurrect this once great amusement park, quote-unquote, and get 1,200 guests by the end of year 3. Park rating 600. You know the drill. So we have a number of broken down, dilapidated, incomplete rides that need to be removed. I could, if I really, really wanted to just absolutely punish myself, I could try to get these things reconnected to each other, but you know. So all of these, the ones that are broken down, are just flat rides that don't work, but everything else is an incomplete circuit. So, ooh, quick demolish. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know how to use it though, so I'm not going to waste your time. We're just going to completely clear all these out, even the big coaster, and the monorail cycles and all of that mess, and just rebuild everything from scratch. So that should be everything gone. Don't have any shops or stalls, don't have any restrooms or information kiosks. And look at this. We have so much just trash and broken everything. Let's hide the vegetation. Repair our pathing here. Even though this might not be the best routing for all of this stuff, I do think it's going to be easiest just to get it operating and then go from there. So this is pretty clever here, how they just had this slant down like the whole walkway collapsed. I do like the environmental storytelling present in this. But that gets that connected there. I'm not entirely sure how this was supposed to go up here, so you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this bit and have this go just like that so things are a little bit cleaner. But I'm trying not to delete too much of this that's actually useful. And just look at the vandalism on these. It's just wild the way that these things bend. I always thought it was funny how the vandalized lampposts just get twisted. Like, you know, you had a world's strongest man guy just come to the park, get really bored, like, yeah, I'm going to bend this lamppost in half. All right, dude, cool, thanks. I guess it's going to be better for that to be set up like that anyway. And I think that should connect everything that needs to be connected. I guess this was just here to get to a pathway bit. So now I have to hide the vegetation again, and we will just get that fixed up. Now this is going to cost us, oh, I missed a path. Okay, we'll fix that. It's going to cost us a pretty decent chunk of change to get all of this completely fixed up, but how did I miss that? Or did that just disappear? I don't know, maybe I'm just losing my mind. Guests do not. Okay, I absolutely have lost my mind. I thought I had already taken care of that. Boy. Well, it is what it is. Just grab this. All of these things. See how much stuff we have to fix with this? Almost there, folks. Bear with me. If we open the park before this stuff is all taken care of, then the guests will lower the park rating expeditiously. But the trash, we can either delete the pathways for them to, you know, just have that trash go away, or we can decide to hire handymen, get them to clean it up. Probably the correct thing to do, keeping in the spirit of, you know, actually playing the game correctly. Just a few more of these, I believe. And we do have to go back and fix a couple of those paths that I somehow missed. Then trash cans, and all of this stuff. Just about done. Do a quick scan here. I don't see any more benches that need to be replaced. So let's come back and fix. See, this is probably how I missed this, because I wasn't paying enough attention. Okay. That way there, and then there's a little bit here as well. That goes up. Okay, one more time. Check and see. Looks fine. Hide the vegetation again, lest we forget. Okay, start in the corner there, there. Trash cans, trash cans, trash cans everywhere. Trash cans and remnants thereof. Okay, should just be a few more. We really don't want to miss any of these because guests hate vandalism. And if it is not fixed, it will keep the park rating super low, and they may even be inspired to make their own vandalism, which we would very much like to avoid. I think that's it. I'm sure I'm going to find out in the worst possible way that I haven't actually fixed anything, or have left something to be dealt with later, but I think that's everything. 6 whole minutes into the video. Okay, so let's start out strong with 5 handymen, 2 mechanics. They all started at the park entrance. Okay, I thought they were supposed to be randomly distributed. Well, they'll take care of what they need to take care of. Let's open the park. See if we can try to get somebody in here. And we do need to start by actually having something. We don't have a merry-go-round, really? Got plenty of roller coasters. We're looking good outside of the merry-go-round thing. I always like to start with those. Oh well. Can't be helped. Alright, $5 umbrella. Open and ready to go. I'm going to miss that cheerful music, though. We've got to get something going here. Haunted House isn't quite the same kind of deal, but I do know there are a couple of you that like those, so if we just pop this in the corner here. Very, very simple, but should be. You know what? We can just have that single thing because it's a haunted house. So now we get to hear scary ghost noises instead. So I probably don't need to really mess with the research funding, but I will turn off roller coasters. And water rides, because I don't think we need to worry about that. And so gentle rides, thrill rides, shops and stalls. I didn't check to see. No, we don't have go-karts, so that's fine. We have looping coasters, though. You know what that means. It's time for some whoop-de-doos. So if I have a decent spot for these. Oh, we're so close. Almost able to fit it in here. And that's not going to be viable there. Okay. What if we come out to, say, here? That would get me... Yeah, that's a decent spot for it. And then we'll put the other whoop-de-doo right next to it. There we go. All right. So that is set correctly. It is set to synchronize. These on-ride photo prices could be left alone. I'm going to say $3. Probably going to make the most sense there. Now we just need to put in our cues. It is so quiet without the merry-go-round music. We got to get people in here. All right, so that's that. Going to go in here. And there you go. So, park is open. We have 2 coasters that also need to be open. That's taken care of there. And we should see people coming in here shortly. Somebody already busted a trash can. Come on. All right. As long as the guys can keep this clean, I think we're going to be in okay shape. Just please don't bust any more trash cans. Yeah, park rating is going to take a little while to recover from all of this, but I believe in the power of the handyman. And we should have some guests come on in here, hopefully. I know we only have 8 of them, but they'll make their way over here. Yeah, the park rating only continues to go down. I'm sure they're complaining. Trashers, really? I know, man. I'm trying to fix it. Trying very hard to fix it. Okay, now we have a log flume. Don't really care about log flumes. Yeah, this guy needs a partner before anybody else will come ride. He can't get on. He keeps trying to get on and it doesn't let him. Gotta love it. All right, get your trash picked up, man. Come on. Come on, we got stuff to do. We got things to see. Guests to impress. There we go. Finally, he gets to ride the roller coaster. And he's going to get right back on. See, there you go. There you go. Thanks. You're making me money. Yeah, still a decent bit of trash. especially up here. All right, I'm going to have to pluck one of my handymen up into the back here. There you go. Just clean all that mess up. And we're selling umbrellas, hopefully. Okay, I somehow missed right here at the entrance. That one. Anything else get broken? No, but there is trash on the ground. All right, now we have guest noises. Good. 10 minutes of almost completely silent gameplay. That's not ideal. Okay, I do have the ability to put a bathroom in. We probably should do that. I'll just put that in the middle. Put in a drink stand. Oh, it's going to rain again, huh? I say as I rotate that incorrectly. Okay. Let's get ourselves a drink. I don't have any food options, so I guess I should... Oh, I do have that. That's fine. Oh, hey, cool. We're getting go-karts. Good. Loan of 10,000. We actually started with a decent bit of cash because I did demolish the rides that were all broken down, but we're looking okay. I did not think it was going to rain this much. This is actually kind of obnoxious. Bumper cars would be great because that's an indoor ride, but I don't think we're going to have those. Not for a while. Okay, don't see any vandalism. Alright, I think we may have beaten the worst of it, although the park rating still isn't fantastic. Okay, they're saying it's clean and tidy, that's good. Park map is a good value, good. Nice. But now people want to go home. That's why is it raining so much? Raining entirely too much. Okay. June. Go-karts. You already know. You already know the deal with the go-karts. We've been through this a bunch of times. Let's see. This might not be a bad place for a Heartline Twister Coaster if we have one of those. I did not check. Probably should save this for a decent wooden coaster. So, in that case, maybe... Okay, three of these station things is not going to be enough. Let's turn this around here. Take that out. Take that out. And that'll give us a little bit more space. I do want to use this spot here. I think this is a decent place for it. So if I have that there, that should be enough space for us to have a decent queue without it being super long. So 4 will go there. Let's not forget we do have the super large turn radiuses and all that fun stuff now. Thanks to the Open RCT2 dev team for that one. That's underneath that. Okay, well, I thought erroneously that would be a smart choice, but I guess that was incorrect. Let's go straight here. Let's do, because I wanted to have one of those sweeping turns. I thought that was kind of fun. Then that looks kind of neat, right? So if I do that there, I like how that looks. It reminds me of mitochondrias. Mitochondria is the plural. Mitochondrion, I think, is the singular. Correct me if I'm wrong. But as we learned in school, it is the powerhouse of the cell. And I can't do that. I guess I don't have enough space, and that's not going to look that good. So we'll just kind of leave that alone. I probably should have some sort of a hill here. So I'll have that just go... I always do this. I would go straight downhill and right into a curve. Probably don't want to be, doing too much of that, but for now it's probably fine. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. This can go up. This can go here. Right, like so. And then back into where we are supposed to be. Alright, that should give me 9 cars. Okay, that's going to be a decent 2-car race. That'll give me the queue that I want. And open go-karts. See who wants to come ride go-karts. Park rating still isn't very high, though, so I'm wondering if I somehow missed vandalism somewhere. I think I caught all of it. But I'm always going to wonder. Yeah, I think we're fine. Alright, let's put this on triple speed real quick. See if we can fill up an entire roster for the go-karts. And get these guys to do a race, and we'll see what the verdict is. Alright, 2 more. You know you want to ride the go-karts. There you go. Good job. Alright, that should be fine. These guys are going. What's next on the research queue? Gentle ride. Okay. Alright, so blue 1. Okay, that's not too bad. Nice, 4.38. Still charging only $2. Probably could raise that up. But for now, I think we're doing fine. Yeah, I'll leave it alone for now. Got 5,600 bucks. I should probably build another coaster before we get too comfortable. You already know. You already know. See, of course that will fit back here. Maybe not exactly perfectly like I would prefer, but that's fine. I do not have Heartline Twister, which is, you know, probably for the best. It's not that great of a ride, but it is good for specific situations. If I have this here, I can put this guy on the back, and that would be a-okay. So, let's get this out of the way here. Just get rid of these trees. Nobody cares. Alright. That gives me space to pop this guy in. Alright, cool. Open that up. I guess this could be $3. And I've got a little bit of space here to put in some shops and stalls once we have more of those unlocked. But for now, it's probably not a bad idea to have something over here. Randomize the hat colors. Sync the prices. Bathroom's always a smart choice. I'd love to have some sort of food, but for now, that's going to be what it's going to be. And get the rest of that hooked up at some point. This doesn't go anywhere. It probably should. But I'm not entirely sure what would go here. I don't really have too many other options for stuff unless I wanted this to be a really, really long way to get to one of these swinging ship type rides. Alright, so this is about to get raised up to $3. Don't need to price gouge these folks. Okay, came in $70, didn't spend a dime. Only came in with 50. Yeah, okay, we don't want to have too many things that are expensive. Okay, looking fine. Alright, let's go into triple speed. Let this go a little bit longer, build up some cash, and see what gets unlocked. Flying Saucers, not a great ride. Not really encouraged to see that. But I'm hoping for bumper cars as a good indoor ride, but I don't think it's worth messing with that over thrill rides. So that'll be the last gentle ride for a while. Let these guys do what they're going to do. Whoop-de-doos keep breaking down, but we do have mechanics taking care of that. Once again, trying to avoid hiring a security officer unless it's completely unavoidable. But yeah, the Flying Saucers ride is like outdoor bumper cars, essentially. But you don't get the bonus of it being, well, inside. So it's not helpful in the rain or anything like that. I think this middle area here would be pretty good for a big roller coaster, or a medium-ish size roller coaster, if we had a decent one that would fit. I don't have a lot of cash, but we do have some time. So we have regular wooden, and we have wooden twister. I know these guys, like, we built some of these before, But I would like to have one of these that's actually kind of fun. So this doesn't look terrible, but it's annoying to build stations all the way up at the top of that. Okay. I miss when they had the dimensions. Some of them do have dimensions, but... Wait, inversions. Which one has the inversion? Aha! I always forget you can have the little loop there. So which one of these is the, I think it's called microphobia in the... Okay, this guy. Oh, even that doesn't really fit nicely here. Okay, maybe let's try something else. Huh. I feel like we've been through this a lot. Trying to squeeze something into a specific spot that maybe it's not great for. I mean, I don't hate that. It's just not great. Actually, you know what? This isn't bad. I know you can't find anywhere to buy food. There's no food. Well, I don't have cash for this, which is unfortunate because I actually like this placement here. I think this is pretty good. It's interesting because you can see the lift hill. I can't move the cursor or it's going to mess up what I'm doing, but the lift hill coming out of the station then makes a 180-degree turn before continuing to go up. Not too often you see something like that in a pre-built design. Well, I believe this will be worth building, so I will go ahead and grab that, and then I think that was here? Yeah, okay. So, let's see, 2, 4 in between. Take this out of triple speed. Now we have food. We have a hot dog stall. Let's make this $4. And then build our queue. Get everything connected. And that can just go straight through here. Okay. Now it's hot dog time. And since that is the only food we have, I will have this go right here. Hot dogs and sodas. Classic theme park fare. Now that just needs to be opened. That's a decent way to utilize that space. It does go over the path, so that gets the guests excited a little bit. Got plenty of vomit on the ground. I hate to see that, but... Ah, somebody broke a trash can. Or I just never fixed it in the first place, but... We're going to pretend that that was always broken. This probably needs to be removed, but guests keep walking on it, so... I'm just going to instead... Oh, now that idiot has to fall down. Well, that's fine. They'll find their way back to the paths eventually. Not that big of a deal. It's not like they're going to wander in the wilderness for 40 years or anything. They'll get their way back. And that also makes it a little easier for us to keep control over what is happening here. Okay. That's as much as I'll take out, because I might want to have something here anyway, but this would be a good place for a flat ride with a decent queue. If we had one, I guess we do have to kind of wait. But the goal for this scenario is, what, 1,200? Yeah, we got 3 years. We were already a third of the way there, not quite to the end of year 1, so let's speed this up a little bit. Don't think this is going to be as challenging as some of our other playthroughs here. Okay, they didn't break that trash can again. Things are looking okay. Now it's raining. You're going to buy the $5 umbrellas and then not want to go on any rides because it's raining. I really would love to have some indoor stuff right about now. Okay, another shop and stall. Yeah, we're going to need to have something else that's going to make us some decent money. That's why I want those better thrill rides, because they're real quick. The three that we haven't built in here take too much money for the amount of... Too much time for the amount of money they make you per ride. Just need to get something else for them to do. But now that we have some type of food, I will uncheck that, or it's going to be only thrill rides. I guess we're going to find out maybe the next week in-game what that shop is going to be. Plenty of vomit on the ground. I don't actually know if the benches help them stop puking, but I can choose to be kind and place benches anyway. They love to pepper the pathway with all sorts of nasty. Wait, what doesn't have a... Oh. Oh, the fence was in the way. I didn't even realize. No, I want to get rid of the fence, not the... There we go. That makes sense. Now, that would have been really bad if this was over the water where the fence was. Then they would certainly not enjoy drowning. Well, maybe somebody would. You never know these days. Alright, fruity ices. I guess I'll take it. Ice cream is fine. Give me something to work with here, man. Alright, let's build our ice cream stall. I almost hit randomize flavor. Like, well, no, they're going to get the flavor they want. So, March of year 2, we will hopefully have another thrill ride, because that's what I selected. But again, oh, it's on normal funding. Alright, that needs to be on maximum. No wonder it was taking forever. Even though at the beginning of this episode, I'm pretty sure I said, no, it's okay, we'll just leave it there. No, I need thrill rides. I need stuff that's going to make more money, too. I probably should be charging more than $3 a pop for this. But, see, I don't know. I wonder if I could fit a decent wooden coaster in the middle here. And then just have it connect to the path somewhere. Let's see, across the park. I probably don't need to have this pathway here. But I don't want to get rid of it unless I'm sure I have a great coaster to take that spot. Now, this Wood Twister 1 is not a bad design at all. Just might not fit that space very well. Ooh, you know what? I don't hate that. That's also not really fantastic. No. Not really set up exactly the right way for us to get something... Oh, here we go. Launched free fall. That is a great ride. We've built a ton of those. So that should be right now. Take this off at triple speed. And... escape hatch. You already know. Okay, that might actually be a good idea to put that back here. So if I have that go that way, what I probably should do, I want it to go this right here. I'm going to disconnect this and people are going to flip out, but there we go. Is it the smartest thing ever to do this? Probably not. But now we have escape hatch, and I can put some other stuff here if I want. If we ever unlock anything else. Okay, still some garbage on the ground over here. That just means they want a trash can. So I should probably add a few more while I'm at it, because you never know. Alright, got 5,000 bucks. Let's check on our other stuff here. We have the corkscrew coaster we already built. Built 2 of those. Wild mouse coasters don't really take up that much space, usually. So this one looks kind of crazy, but it has to have flat area to be built on. This one is definitely crazy, but terrain is not going to be our friend here. Mouse towers might work. Oh, hey, this is actually not a bad idea. I'm just going to flop that. Because then, if I build this here, I can utilize all of this space. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, See, I can just have this go all the way through here. I don't think I need to have this turned around so many times, but old habits die hard. Oh, that also just doesn't allow me to do that. Cool. Alright, well that justified having that path go through here. I guess that's fine. This would be a good spot to have some sort of scenery of the mouse variety. Okay, that mushroom doesn't really... I'm sorry, toadstool. Doesn't really look that good. Candy tree. Yeah, why not? Why not? Just shove something in there, get a little tiny microscopic additional amount of excitement out of this thing. And in this space right here, if we're able to research, like the, I always forget what it's called. The thing we always build with the row of seats that rotates. That would be a great thing to put right here. Outside of that, I think we're going to have to be back in speedy territory. Yeah, now they're going to want to ride this because it has an actual test result. There you go. 6.84, but the intensity rating is high. Well, if it's not raining, they'll ride it. Should be alright. Get some cash. Roto drop, not the worst. Definitely not the best. See, this is just so great because it launches up. And it bounces, and then you get off. Yeah, so look at that. They're lining up. They're just so excited. They just can't hide it. Okay, any other vandalism occur? It doesn't look like it. Now, if Roto Drop is a 3x3, I think it is. Yeah, you know what? This is not the worst thing we could have built here. I guess this is fine. If I were to build like that, as long as I have this set to... No. As long as I have this set to go out, then I think I just have to have... There we go. Turn that on. Because now I can put some shops and stalls here if I want. Okay, another thrill ride. I sure hope so, because that's what we're researching. I don't think it's called Enterprise. I always forget what it's called. And it bugs the snot out of me. Top spin, that's what it is. Alright, so I think our handyman could probably use a little bit of help. This one definitely needs to empty some garbage. And I don't know... I don't really have space for anything else. I definitely don't have money for anything else. If I redid my paths here, I probably could put one of those big coasters, the wooden ones. I'm not going to buy land, but there also isn't any available, so that's good. Just wanted to see. If I really wanted to waste money, I could just flatten this hill a little bit, take this path out, and then I could probably fit just about anything I wanted. This space back here in the corner seems like it could be a good candidate for another coaster if I can find a thin one that might fit. Now, Texas Tubs, in the past, has been pretty good to me. If I have this set up correctly, flip that. So it's going that way. See, that would fit nicely here, but the pathing, I don't think is going to tolerate that. If I turn... Yeah, I'd have to have this set up slightly differently. Okay, flip that way. This might be... No way does that work. This might be actually viable. Yeah, pop that there. Take it off at triple speed. Because all I have to do is have this set there. This would be a good place for us to put another information kiosk right there in the back of the map. So that's open. I've got space here to put in. Why not? Why not? Get some balloons. Random color. Alright, that's a decent way to use that space. And I still have stuff here I can put in. Now, top spin. Where are you going to go? So this is going to be a little bit too high for that to be useful for these paths here, unless I just raised them all up one. Which definitely could do, but that wouldn't really solve any problems. It would just kind of make this an annoying thing to build here. But I think that might actually be okay. If I have the entrance on one side, like right here, it might actually work. Yeah, we'll do that. Have that go down that way. Have this go down this way. Take up minimal space there. Oh, I need to put it on intense mode. There we go. That ought to help a whole lot. Put this back in triple speed. And once again, I built it facing the other way so we can only see them when they turn around, but it is what it is. Park rating is looking pretty good, although I do see stuff on the ground. 990. Definitely good. Yeah, 1200 is going to require several more rides. And now we are out of thrill rides, so let's go back to shops and stalls. It's going to give us a roller coaster. Maybe it'll be a good one. Maybe it won't. 3D cinema is one of those that I don't really care for. Yeah, I still want to have a wooden coaster. How much money can I take out? Okay, that's not that much. Only up to 20. If I pay this back, I have now a $7,000 loan. So I have $13,000 of headroom from whatever cash I have there. Now, knowing that we have the option, should we choose to be slightly stupid, to bulldoze this, maybe lower the height if it needs to be. Let's see. We'll see, wood chip's a classic. That's probably a pretty safe bet. That's huge. See, this... You know what? Actually doesn't seem like that bad of an idea. Oh, is that going to work? Let's see. Okay, that would be too high. I would not be able to build a pathway for this. Alright, well that's why you check. It's always why you check. This would fit here. It would not be the worst thing ever, and I would still have the path underneath it. Yeah, I don't completely hate this. If I get rid of those paths up here, then it would go flat. So, let's do that. Let's disconnect these and slowly start taking the path out here. Because I think I can get this to go all the way down. I know there's a thing to delete scenery. I don't really care to do that. There. If I just take this path out, I can reroute to go where I want to go. That should give me more or less the space I want and the space I need. Okay, take this off at triple speed here. Alright, the venerable wood chip. Yeah, see, there you go. That gets us all the way flat up here. I'll just disconnect this pathing. That'll be fine, and then this will just have to get reconnected somewhere else. Alright. Oh, of course, I don't have the cash. Needs another 5 grand. Let's try that. Of course, it's raining. Oh, I can't do math. There, let's just do that. Alright. So, entrance here, exit here. I will do that like so. I don't think it needs to be a super snaky queue, but it will end up going all the way down here. Get that set up there. Get that set up there. That was not supposed to be the thing that I removed. That was also not supposed to be the thing that I removed. That's also not supposed to be the thing that I removed. Come on. Okay. Open. This is definitely a $4 coaster. And there we go. Turn it around this way, and then it'll be kind of in the foreground a little bit. Not bad. I got space here for maybe, if we get more cash. What's this green one I always build? Hey, that actually fits pretty nicely there. Okay. Almost perfectly. Just about. It's only $3,300. So let's do that. I guess that'll be fine. Just like so. It is 1 block higher than the spot here. Let's do one of those. Take care of that. Disconnect that. That should be okay. Please don't get lost in the middle of nowhere. You absolute buffoons. I'm thirsty. Yeah, I bet you are. Alright, that one found its way back, so that's fine there. $2 is fine. Let's get these people on here. Speed it up. And we should be in business now that this has ratings. They should come pouring in. And we should be able to get over 1,000 guests within pretty short order here. Just gotta let them do what they gotta do. And that's gonna be all she wrote for that. Things still going kind of smoothly over here. For the most part, a lot of vomit on the ground. We maybe could hire some more dudes. I think for now we're looking good. This might not be, doing too hot, having this long path just to get up to it. Alright, complaining about the disgusting state of paths. Look at all this. Yikes. Okay. Let's put in some benches. The casuals can't handle the heat. But a couple more handymen and another mechanic should help that, just randomly. It does seem to be placing them right at the park entrance, which is weird. I've never seen it do that before. Oh boy, they've invented hamburgers. Good. Well, I did say I was keeping some of this space here for the eventual inclusion of additional food. Do we really need a second burger bar over here? No. But they're going to get one anyway. Look at this. You love to see it. Woodship with 60 people on the ride. Absolutely love to see it. The line's backed all the way up, which is almost a completely full ride worth of people. Looking good here. Getting toward the end of year 2, and we're about to crack that 1,000 mark. It seems like it's kind of stalled off just south of 950. Yeah, stuff breaking down. I guess I don't need to spend money researching roller coasters, not necessarily, but I will turn those back on, just in case we get something interesting. This... Oh, hey! Heartline Twister Coaster. How long? $9.94. See, ideally you want like a really short one that might not be terrible, but will allow you to squeeze this into a convenient spot. Now, if I get rid of that, I'm going to be left with a single entrance right there. That's not going to be great. That's not going to be great. If I flip it, that might actually not be bad. So that both of those would be... Yeah, I could, obviously can't go on that side, but I could have this work here. If that is the entrance and then that's the exit. Just have this end up being something like this. I'm not going to need a lot of queue space, I don't think, but if I just give him one of these, might work. Yeah, they should want to get on this pretty quick, like here. Just about the end of year 2. We did crack 1,000, so I'm feeling pretty optimistic about us getting to 1,200 in the next entire year of gameplay. So let's zoom out a little bit, see how... There's just so much space in the middle, we never end up using all of it. But I guess it's fine. I can pay back loans while we're waiting. Yeah, right at 1,000. I know marketing will get us all the way up there. It always does. But it is more fun when you can get stuff organically. So right here might be a decent spot for us to try and find something smaller. Obviously, I don't have any more of those I can build. See, there was a really annoying thing about this guy is the placement of the entrance and exit was a huge pain. But I think this way might be viable. Okay, of course I don't have the cash. I'd love to see what the clearances on the entrance and exit spot are. So, yeah, guess what? Taking the loan back out to build another one of these blasted roller coasters. Is that the same height? It looks like it is. Okay, so I only have that single spot and that single spot. Or I can have the back side here. Now let's just real quick. I'm not gonna get betrayed by the actual location of anything, right? Okay. Alright, let's take the fence out. There we go. That'll get connected there. And then all I've got to do is just drag that up the same path. And since that's the same type of path, I can just build through it. On we go. I was kind of thinking I wanted that to connect here, but that's fine. I can find something else to stick here. Alright, April year 3, almost at 1,100. I'll say that's a big coaster. We don't really need that. Do I begrudgingly put in the 3D cinema? I think I do. It is an indoor ride, and it does rain quite a bit, so putting that there is probably fine. And then right here in the middle is not a bad location for something else. How about some balloons? Who doesn't want balloons? Alright, so let's see. We see that guest counter move with any degree of authority. Yeah, it's climbing slowly. Okay, it's getting up there. Let's see if we can put one more something in here. Just so we have something in. Okay, flying saucer. Here obviously isn't going to work, but here is a little bit too tall. Yeah, see, that's high enough to get brought up there. If I stick this here, then that will go perfectly all the way down. 12 cars. Those aren't cars. Those are flying saucers. Ah, yes, bumper car mode. I told you it's just a reskin of the bumper cars. Oh, and it plays music, too. All right, folks. I'm going to say, short of a tragedy, this is going to be it. If it doesn't get us to 1,200, then I will bust out, excuse me, I will bust out the marketing, but I do think this will be sufficient. So, as always, I do really appreciate you watching these videos. This game's fun. It's not the most up-to-date, modern, whatever. It's 25 years old, but I still have a great time every week when I get to just, spend about an hour reminiscing with my childhood and enjoying a relatively simple, pretty stress-free game, and I hope you can say the same. But beard boosters do make it possible to continue doing these. Even though by most metrics these videos have abysmally poor performance, I don't care, because I get to have a good time, and the people who like these videos really like them, and the beard boosters make it possible to offset the whole YouTube business algorithm whatever stuff and just say, hey, you know what? We like this. It's fun. Let's just do it. Who cares if the videos don't do that well? But I would really like to be able to play every single scenario. That's why I say at the start of every episode of this, every scenario. We're almost to the end of the Corkscrew Follies ones. We are in the expert mode parks for that, and there is going to be, I think, another 5 maybe, and then we'll get into loopy landscapes back in the easy section of those. So I guess we can look forward to that. But I'm going to go ahead and let them finish time-lapsing all through the rest of this. Looks like our guest count is in perfect position. And the next time you hear from me will be when we put our name on the list and get on out of here. All right. We did it. Just barely. I had my hand over the pause button just in case we drop below 1,200. But we got 1,200 guests by the end of year 3 with a park rating of 600 and with a company value of $336,463. What a high score. All right. Now if I can spell correctly, there we go. Just put our name here, and that's all she wrote. Whatever you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you back again soon for more Beavers, more RollerCoaster Tycoon, more Transport Fever 2, and more Satisfactory. So much fun stuff to keep up with. Drop in on a stream sometime. They're fun. Would love to have you. But I digress. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.